All right, let's go ahead and get started here. So, community stream day, public lobby. We're gonna go ahead and probably just run one real quick, just to get warmed up. But after that, we should be good. Let's run on Mesa. Just a bare bones Mesa. Though let's not run Painless plus Grenade Launcher. Just a little warm up. Alright, we're good there. We can go ahead and turn on HUD mode so we can actually see. And regions, Mesa, and we're good. I believe I currently have one railgun built, or I have the parts to assemble one full railgun.
I am the conduit. The human is the hand.
Hey, Michael. Hey, Blood. Yeah, I guess they're just reworking this map spawns. It's like all of the middle and like bunker area, like respawn areas are just gone now. And the Titan is now empty also. Definitely feels like half work in progress. Yeah, the joys of messing around with an IRL clock. I want to be an AA gun. Oh baby, a triple? Hey Momentum, how's it going? Hey Duffs. But I can't believe they removed the farm spot of the Titan. It was so useful. I mean, if you have 37 of each part though, I get this strange feeling like you didn't wait for each part to get finished though. I mean, you could have, but like, I'm guessing there was some tomfoolery with the IRL clock. You know, 37 times 3, and then times, let's say at the minimum, times 3. Oh my god, he's flying. See, you guys worship Rat King, but like, look at this guy. He's much more deserving of praise. Never mind, he fell. Sir, what? Sir? Sir? Alright, we're good. I mean, the whole economy is just kind of wishy-washy right now, Momentum, for sure. Until we see some concepts of progression too, it's not really worth trying to rebalance, but no. And I also just don't think the concept of money is necessarily... The concept of a global credit system is a bit weird. Like, if it was faction specific, and here's the thing too, right? If what they say is like true, and once you get to the front, you're kind of being manipulated by like supply lines, and like if you want food, do X, Y, and Z. It basically means that if you have any money, like credits from back home, they're essentially worthless once you actually get to the front. And it should be almost a full barter economy. The hell are you? Oh, well.
Safety.
Oh my god, is he invincible? No! I can't kill him! Hey, Cronin. I meleeed him, Ludroth. No, but like, yeah, the atomization and the economy is just not there right now, which is fair. It's an early access game. The worst thing is too, right? From them removing this spawn, it's no longer like the anything in the open pool spawn. It's just God now. Oh, the community streams are interesting. Yeah, it's so quiet and empty in here now. I mean, this is a nice reprieve, I guess, from the literal chaos of endless cyborgs. Oh, I mean, Ludroth, if you're not familiar, if you haven't played it in a while, I mean, the spawns on Mesa have been like gutted right now. I'm guessing one of the moderators on Discord is like hyping up the next patch, which maybe you shouldn't do that, but you know, if you want to be excited, be excited. I always like to temper expectations. But I'm guessing we're gonna see maybe next patch the first instances of like reinforcements for all factions as opposed to the testbed. Rage, no one has any idea, but like a few of the moderators, like, we don't have a direct line to Fundog, but they do. And so he talked about like how he has like he's talked to Miles and he's been relayed stuff that's happening next patch, or allegedly in the pipeline rather. And he said he was hype. I mean, in the grand schemes of things, Shadow, like, the few guns that have inbuilt suppressors don't really need inbuilt suppressors. The Vector, sure, but the Vector isn't really a suppressor. It's essentially a barrel shroud. And the Scar, it probably shouldn't have a suppressor. Well, I mean, there was that, wasn't there like a picture leaked or like a picture in the video? Oh yeah, sorry, but like, no, I'm getting maybe just ever so slightly triggered by the inbuilt silencer people. It's like, are you not satisfied with 99% of the guns having silencers? You want the few that are interesting that don't have silencers to now have silencers? I want the guns to feel more interesting, and when you give them all silencers, it's just in a clear vacuum, what's better? You have a foot up there? All right. I mean, if like the premise of silenced guns, hey bless, was basically like, yeah, like it's only silenced for ever so long because you're using like some handcrafted one, that's fine. I don't mind that silencers exist. I mind the concept of giving every gun a silencer. When you make everything the same, everything is the same, there's no choice. Or the choice becomes black and white of what literally is the best or not. It also just makes balancing a nightmare, because do you balance around everyone running a silencer, or do you balance around no one running a silencer? Alright, lobby is open. It should populate soon. Hey, Mario. Oh, we were talking about silencers, but I imagine that will change as we get people in the lobby. Yeah, I do hope they eventually do lobby codes. It would be kind of nice. Well, bless, if you can't play today, I mean 2 weeks from now is the next community stream. That's the current cadence. Let's go over to Masked Man. Alright, there's Blood, and there's Michael. Let's get a regular pack mule on. Are we railgunning right off the rip? Yeah, and I don't play on weekends. I got other stuff on weekends, unfortunately. Alright. At the M4. Are we going just to go right off the rip to railgun? Oh, that's always fun. That's a reason not to run no HUD mode. That good old glitch. I mean... yeah, the 5 hour... it sucks for that, but it just sucks for other reasons too. Alright, are we railgunning it up? I can bring on base. And I guess Mesa's kind of like a Deadlands now, right? So what's a map to actually murder people on? There is Frozen Swamp, but all the trees make it kind of rough, I imagine. So I got a base on, so we need probably, I guess, yeah, we need the turret and the ammo supply. So Mesa's kind of out of luck right now. There is Cemetery, but that's just kind of, I wouldn't mind... if we can get Night Shift Stairway, that wouldn't be bad, but Night Shift Stairway is like a shit show. We can try Stairway out. We'll start at the top. Oh, Blood doesn't have any railgun putts. Okay. So we have to do a transfer, I guess? So I'll take off my... don't you crash on me, okay. I'll take off the base, you bring apart Michael for Blood, and we'll go run a scrapyard real quick and drop him that part. No, but like the reason why I like the 5 hour timer is egregious for a few reasons, but it's just more in the sense of it kind of makes... there's other ways of balancing the economies. Now, granted, I will say, my perspective is that of a solo player. I imagine this gets a lot harder. Wait, do you have the parts on? Morrison? Oh, you did take it? Okay, I didn't see it. There he goes. Okay, very good. Yeah, there's Ludroth. Yeah, it's not about that, Shadow. I got sidetracked before I could finish my thought. Essentially, if your goal is to create tension and this feeling of being a survivor, having a more static way of water drain or just resource consumption and just crafting, like having in-game days, works a lot better when you kind of ignore the co-op aspect of the game. However, if you're trying to view the game as more co-op first than single player, the whole day cycle does lose a bit of its muster. And not like 100%, but like it really depends on, is this a single player game with co-op or is this a co-op game with single player? Because that kind of informs the design choices of how you make these systems, right? I've heard that, Mario. I don't really play multiplayer or the game outside stream, so. So I've heard that anecdotally, but I haven't, I think, experienced it directly. But like, going back to my point, right? If it's a single player game focused first, like, you can kind of just have the co-op be tacked on, but not the main focus. And so it's more about your individual hub, right? Your individual survivor, like, and like what the host stays past, so on and so forth, right? So when you're playing co-op, it's not about the progression for the group, it's about the progression for the host. Because that essentially would be the issue, right? If you focus more on the co-op aspect, you would have to lean more into how do you make the progression a lot more based on the group, right? And you can do both, right? But when you're limited bandwidth, it makes it a lot harder, right? But in regards to single player, right, you can do a day cycle and oppose, like, and the cute thing about the day cycle too is like you can balance, you can make things get harder as time progresses or have things change based on time progressing. But it's not like based on you having to wait arbitrarily out of game for that. Because like right now, if there's these changes that will happen dynamically throughout the game, you have to be playing for such a long time over long periods to experience that. And that's usually not tenable for people who like, you know, sitting down for a game, playing it for like a month and then putting it away for a year. All right, so we should have parts now. And that's kind of how I played Tarkov too, right? Like that was my general mode with Tarkov. I was like, I would not know life Tarkov. I would play it for like a month or two and then leave it for a year and then come back. All right, so I got the base on. So we need the middle part and then the ammo. And I guess we're gonna run Stairway. Hey, Laurent. It's going well. It's kind of just in the early access period still. It's still in the oven. It still will be in the oven for a while. Yeah, it means it's community stream day. So yeah, it makes sense to run the railgun. See if we can't get lucky on good old Stairway. They are indeed cooking. And it's a thing too, right? So that like there's this fine balance of like reworking or fixing old things, but also updating new things. Because no matter what, right? Like if you focus solely on fixing the old stuff, you have the people saying, you know, give content and then vice versa. Hey, Bear. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Thanks. that's perfectly fair. Like, they're all speculation videos, right? So, like, they're not, yeah. They're not supposed to be, like, canonically right. Alright, let's not place it down right now. Alright, so we're going downstairs. There is not a lot, no. It seems like they want to add more between Lordos and then the codexes, but like well, at least they relayed in the past that they don't want to do, or like they want to approach it more like a Dark Souls-y kind of vibe. But like they might also be realizing too that like maybe lore is their main selling point, so. If they don't have someone already, by the way, I do genuinely think they need to pick up a merch person, or like not a marketer, not a dedicated merch person, but someone to like kind of be maybe a dedicated merch person, right? Like, you know, t-shirts, like models, someone to like facilitate the more outside of game marketing, right? Or mercantile, I guess. I'm sure you could probably get someone part-time too. And like, I mean, you have graphic designers too, right? Like, I mean, yeah, it just seems like going hand in hand, right? Make some fucking cool artwork for the tees. All right, we're gonna have a special unit down here. Orgamech, grab her. All right, grab her. All right, base is down. All right, whoever has the big part of the gun. All right, it's up. Whoever wants to go nail the grabber. All right, I guess I'll go first. Hold on, a little too low. Grabber, hold still. Grabber, hold still. Don't want to miss. All right, I might have missed. Don't look at it. I don't want to miss a shot on it. Okay, that's one. I got it once. That's two. Okay, I missed one. Okay. Ow, 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 I'm getting shot, I'm getting shot. Save me. Holy shit. Guys, what are you all AFK? What the hell? Anyway. Okay, the grabber is down, but I'm hurt. I think they spawned behind us. There was like one right below here. Oh god, oh god. Okay, are we good? Okay.
Hopefully it forgets us. And we can escape.
Alright, where's the container for it? Why? Why did you taunt the dog? You don't hit the dog when it's down, it does that. Anyway. Sir, Shaman, you're dead. Stop talking. All right, where's this container at? Is it up here?
This is it. We decide what happens next.
I'm guessing it spawned in the ground. I wouldn't be surprised. It does that sometimes. It's definitely not up here. Hold on, I can actually probably tell right now with the tac cam. Oh god. His bits. Where did it go actually? Holy shit. Ow. Oh god. God, they won't fucking, there's so many. Alright, we need to skedaddle. I'm out of fucking meds at this point.
Have enough gear to survive this.
I'm out of meds and in one-shot range of dog, so... Yeah, I didn't even see his container, actually. Do I see it now? Oh god. Yeah, Luger's got it. I would appreciate some meds. Oh my god. Gabe. There we go. Frickin' 5,000 different attachments. What? Okay, time to leave. Mission success? Only 50% casualties. One deployed railgun and one disabled grabber that got back up very quickly. Blood, I can't. When you play Gunhead, it's almost like you are accepting death. I can't save you.
We can chart a course through if we wait for the right moment.
They just like spawn or come from behind. Where's their alternate spawns too? Okay, they're there. Now they come. Because they do just like come from all like off map. Okay, that's nice. Do you want some med kits back? Wait, your scav girl's that low? Come on, guys. You can do it. I think they spawned late, actually. They're not gonna be here in time. Maybe multiplayer bug? It's 2K, Shadow. So if you're over 2K, the grabber can't one-shot you. Acceptable losses. No one died. All right, so I can bring in, I guess, the ammo now. That's all I got. Let's maybe do... What's another map with a special unit? We could run Scorched Enclave and kill Toothy, I guess. That might work better. Until a chopper. Make sure we bring some grenade launchers for the chopper, guys. I imagine we'll probably need to kill it en masse. I have ammo, I have meds, I need some drills too. I have the ammo for the railgun. So we need the base and then the, sorry, yeah, Ludroth has the actual guns, we just need the base. I am curious why they only want to make it disabled too, right? And not just killed. Like, there is some clear vision here, right, that they have not, like, elaborated upon on why these 4 units cannot die. They can at most just get disabled. Okay, we have the base, we have everything, so we're good. Like, I genuinely do actually just have so many questions I would love to ask. That being a pretty big one.
I hate the surface.
Wait. Okay, do you have the ammo? It just didn't... Alright, well, I guess it...
Wait for blood.
Yeah, I have the ammo, it's not showing up in equipment. Interesting. Oh, we don't need to jump up to do this. We can just put it on the ground, I guess. Alright, there's Toothy. I imagine we don't want to put it here because it might get I guess we could probably put it here. Toothy should get in the rate of in the field of fire eventually, so maybe just put the railgun down here. Whoever has the base. Toothy should walk into it eventually. Who has the base? Alright, who wants to kill Toothy? That was the last one to actually shoot. Someone else do it. He's still alive? What the hell? Okay, there he goes. He's on. Medium mech time. He's dead.
This is it. We decide what happens next.
We have any shots left or no? No, okay, we don't.
I think I just shot a cow with a grenade launcher and it's shot on the ground.
Wait. You shot a cow with a grenade launcher and the gotchas came out? That doesn't make any sense.
No, I saw the pile of shit dropped from the cow.
Okay, we're good there. So the tooth is gone, the medium X are dead. I believe I already have a Toothy codex, so someone can take it. Start drilling all these bad boys. There's one. Give me one more drillable over here. There we go. Is that a sniper? Or it's a pack leader? I mean, when in Rome, right? The container? It's empty. Goodbye, Mr. Tank.
You got some sort of plan?
So suppressors you need to buy off a vendor. You basically can't find them in. You can find them in raid, but it's very improbable. Yeah, so I'm gonna have the Toothy box. I already got mine over here for the medium mech. And I already have a Toothy. I'm pretty sure I already have a Toothy codex. It doesn't seem like they're despawning the collision boxes, by the way. Well, I guess they are though, but like, I guess the hitbox? I don't know. They're not despawning something for those. No, but yeah, you just buy a suppressor off of the vendors. If you go to vendors attachments, they'll be under there. So all right, I got my codex. You guys got two of these codex. Hopefully, you can probably skedaddle. I mean, doing the medium mech farming is really quite good for experience with codexes.
Rush 'em to dust.
Hey, stop that. Yeah, he probably doesn't know where to find them. I'll show him in a second. Hello, drone.
We decide what happens next. Wake me up in a year.
Yeah, like for example, when you bring a codex out, you get a lot of experience. I think I have like all except for maybe Mom, I think. I haven't been able to get a night shift with a railgun yet, so I don't have a Mom codex. Yay, RNG night shifts. Anyway, right here. So if you go to the vendors, like you'll get Aramaki first. You go to attachments at MZD for muzzle device, you'll see suppressors under here. And if you don't know which one to buy, just buy one of each because they're all super cheap. And yeah. I mean, it's all just RNG plus. It's night shifts. All right, have my ammo. Got that stuff. I have one more railgun part. I don't really want to do too much shuffling, but if we really need to, we can. But I have the turret, and now that's it. So that the actual gun part. And I guess Scorch, that's Toothy. We did Stairway for a grabber. We can probably do Stairway again to see if we get Night Shift or get an Orgamech. I haven't seen the Orgamech since they changed Ash and Mesa. Is there any map with an Orgamech, really? Not really. Perhaps Stairway B. Like, there could be potentially an Orgamech on Mech Trench, but it's so unlikely, and they're always in weird spots. Yeah, I can't think. Like, you could do Scorched Enclave again, but, like, Scorched Enclave is a shit show sometimes. Bless, if you're unfamiliar, there's been some changes to Ashen Mesa. Ashen Mesa's spawns right now are a mess. Alright, so we just need the base right now, but yeah, we have the base, so we're good. It's not really me stacking them, but just me not caring about opening them. There's nothing in the game I really need, so I just don't bother selling or buying things, really. I'll buy meds and ammo occasionally, but like, I don't need to sell or open things. I mean, all of the spawns, I can't say for certain, but the spawns on Mesa now are whack. There's not really progression at all, Michael, and there's nothing really you need credits for after a certain point, so it's just like, oh, like, it's loot, sure, but loot to do what? Like, I already have, like, everything in the game, essentially.
I hate the surface.
So we're ideally looking for the Orga here. I mean, it's not really winning it's early access, right? It's not like, you can't really win something that's not there.
Often find Orgamech on Scorched.
But here's the thing about doing the Orgamech on Scorch. It's by the pipes extract. So like, setting up a railgun there, shooting it, and not getting gunned down immediately, it's gonna be a fun little task. And I would prefer doing it on here, I think. Like, where the Orgamech spawns on Scorch is a nightmare, I would think, for the railgun. But no, yeah, Michael, there's not really, like... There's no game to win. It's just a vibe right now. No, it is 100% early access. It is very far from release. So very far from release. Like, there's not even, like, basic progression in the game yet. Like, from going from a fresh account, within, like, maybe 2 to 3 hours, if you're well-versed in the game, you can essentially just now be at the quote-unquote end game, basically. Save blood! I mean, the early access page does say fall of this year. I kind of would be surprised if that was the case. Okay, so let's go up here. This is pretty safe. I mean, if they're going by their early access page, they would release it basically fall of this year, right? Can we not mantle up here anymore? Am I crazy? Or do I need to bring a jump? Maybe we need a mantle, okay. I guess if that's not the case, this is gonna be a little scary. I guess we just deploy it here. Just, I guess set it down. Whoever has the base. It's like right here, wherever I am, basically. The Ergomech's not moving it. I'm guessing the Ergomech might be stuck. All right, cover me. Okay, 3 shots for it. I think it might be down. I didn't bring a drill this time, so someone else can drill into it. Yeah, he's down. That was his actual backpack here. I don't see his container. It might have spawned on the ground again. Anyone got a attack him?
Yeah, it's on the ground.
Oh well, yeah, we tried.
Taking fire!
Get a few more lub taps, I guess.
Should I try to wake him up?
I mean, you can try. I think he was stuck before. You can try bringing him. We can try waking him up. I could try the hard way too, actually, or I guess the better way. I think it's like the only the grabber two that breaks out of this this sleep state. He's just over there beating the shit out of the Orgamech. Yeah, I mean, if we left the area and came back and, like, they will respawn. Hey! Alright, well. We tried. It was an EXO. Yeah, we can just leave. We tried. Yeah, they fixed mass mans. Like, they did a hotfix on Monday or Tuesday of this week. They fixed mass mans and then bag mans issues with ADS firing. Well, we had 2 of our containers or codexes stolen so far. 1 for 3.
Threat removal imminent.
Alright, a little bit of looting, then we can leave. It's always nice to see blood alive. If you're unfamiliar, blood has like blood does not have good FPS on like bigger maps.
I hope you bastards.
I mean, personally, what I think it is though, it's probably because of Rat King. All right. Well, I am now officially out of railgun parts. Which means, I mean, we could shuffle. I'd prefer probably not to shuffle. Let's do a scrapyard for funsies, though. Not for actually just shuffling purposes. It would be so much shuffling now. I would need a part. Blood might need a part. You're right, Rat King would never give you good frames. You're 100% correct, Blood. All right, let me go. Let's play Gunhead 2. Why not? Ye old Gunhead. Pick up some Mesa quests. If there's any. Sure. That's always a good one. Wait, we're doing Scrapyard, not Mesa. Duh. Sure, connecting the dots. Actually, tech theft, why not? We'll save you for later. Yeah, I do, like, if they could just put one person toward gunplay, one person toward movement. I know they don't have a lot, right? That's the crux of the issue, but I do think throwing someone, like, giving individual people responsibility of certain systems and making that their babies, I think is probably pretty important. You don't really have enough developers for too many cooks in the kitchen, I think, right? When you have like 3 people trying to give their inputs on movement or guns, it feels like it probably would not work very well. And it probably just requires one person to do a very thorough job over the course of like 2 to 3 months. But that is a big ask, right? When you do not have a lot of developers, like, asking them to spend 2 to 3 months of their time on a certain system is hard. But when it's so foundational, like movement and gunplay, it's probably warranted. It's also why I just thought, like, how many guns they came out with at launch felt kind of weird, right? It was a lot. Why did I bring meds? I'm not gonna recur my mistake. I have no idea. I wouldn't consider their old cinematics all that canonical.
Maintain spacing. The sector
In regards to, like, what you see is what you get. I guess we are doing some shuffling? Okay. I don't even think it's variations in guns, it's more about the guns feeling distinct, right? I was gonna play it actually, but I guess we can leave considering we have parts. I mean, it is novel to use the railgun, but like, it's not all that interesting after a while. But yeah, no, crazy. Like, having good movement and gunplay in your game will carry it a lot. Just like having good lore will. It's not even that, like, all of the guns feel the same. All of the rifles feel the same. Like the only one that I would say feels actually genuinely different are, like, the really bad ones, like the VAS, because that's awful, and then, like, the SCAR, right? But, like, the entire menagerie of, like, the middle class of rifles are all the same. And then you have the same thing with the LMGs, which just feel like worse rifles. It's weird, right? Because, like, you have this uber stylized game, but, like, then you just have the straight man of the guns. All right, we can head out. Since we got the parts, I guess we can leave. No point in losing the parts. But like, Tarkov did the same approach, right? They started out with they did not have that many guns at launch for Tarkov, or like not at launch, but at like their early beta stages. But like they found a system that works and then elaborated upon that. And granted, they had to rework it a few times too, right? Tarkov Recoil went through a lot of different phases. We currently have a full group, unless someone wants to step out. Go ahead and get rid of these. To scrapyard we go. Are we actually drawing? Are we trying to actually do a like actual railgun run? Oh, just be here. Just you know, I stream at the same time every Friday, or I try to at least, right? Just be on around that time, 1 p.m. EST. That's gonna change in the near future, but for right now, it's what it is. All right, so I guess, I mean, do we run a Scorch and try to get? I guess we run a Scorch and try to get a night shift, I guess. We have, yeah, all the parts. I mean, Tarkov took a long time to develop too because scope creep and reworks also. And technical debt. Like, there was a huge part of tech debt too. Hey, game shift. Oh, hey, look, we summoned it.
Don't leave anything on the cutting room floor.
I'm the Rain Man. I keep saying night shift over and over again, so the one time we get night shift, it actually seems like I summoned Rain. Hey, game shift, you're not late. I mean, like, we have a full group right now, but you're not late. All right, so Mother Courage can grab us from up there. I'm trying to think of a good spot to actually deploy this. Oh, 100% jumping Mother. That is the plan. That is the codex I do not have yet. And it should not be hard to get a few of them done actually too. Wrong gun. Yeah, there's a mom right there. I imagine she's not that fast, is she? I think up here's probably the good spot for it. Whoever has the base.
Situation critical.
He's got the ammo. That was blood. Hold on.
So many lost souls.
All right, defend me, squires. That's 4? Okay, 5 shots for bomb. Drill it. Be very careful not to hit the actual train here.
There's a third mom on the left.
Well, we won't have ammo for all 3. The UI's lying to me! Guys, I have bad news. The UI lied to me. The UI lied to me. Watch out for the mob. Wait, was it really 6 shots for a mom? Smart Fridge, run!
Danger close.
It wasn't really 6 shots. That's so many shots. By the way, I do think the overall system of like railgunning is not great. Mom codex. Everyone for themselves.
Did someone take a codex?
I got it, yeah. So, like, the point I raised, right, it feels really awful when, like, you use, say, for example, something takes 6 shots, you now have 4 shots in your railgun, and it feels useless, right? It would feel so much better if, like, the railgun, as opposed to being the primary ways of killing units, are more just of a way to strip off their high-tier armor, right? And to provide a way of actually damaging them conventionally. So say, for example, you shoot a mother in the face, and then, like, her skin peels off, and you can start damaging her then with headshots. Naturally, that's a much more complex system, but, like, it means that no matter what, even with 1 shot left, you can actually do stuff with that 1 shot. And you could have weak spots too, I guess, right? Hitboxes?
Our ammo is insufficient for the threat.
Alright, we're good? Alright, I'm leaving. Hey, Delta.
Our guns run empty.
And I know they talked about deformation beforehand. Like, they had some prototype deformation system, but it was way too impactful in performance. And I'm not saying that, but, like, you can do some weird middle ground where you make it very clear that there's, like, a weak spot that's been opened up from shooting them, right? Without going full deformation. Just gamify it for gamifying's sake. I'm good to Delta, thanks. Doing well. I believe that's my last codex that I needed, right? To have a complete ensemble. Let me see. We can run it back too. I have Medium X, I have Rat King. I have Orga, Toothy, and now I should have Mom down here. Yeah, Mother Courage. I'm not forgetting anyone, right? Mother Courage, Toothy, Orga. Oh, I don't have a grabber, do I? Do I not have a grabber? It's probably because it keeps going below the ground, I imagine. I do not actually have a grabber. Interesting. Okay. That's probably one of the easier ones to get, but it just has this knack to, I guess, apparently go underground. Absolutely nothing right now, Reiji. Absolutely nothing. Nothing's new, really. Just playing around, playing community stream day. We just got our night shift done, so we just railgunned to Mom. Which apparently, either the railgun had 9 shots. I thought I counted 5. Did I shoot 6 times or 5 times in the first Mom? I could have swore I counted 5, but maybe I miscounted.
I think it was 6.
That game just says 5. I can always go back and watch the stream too, right? But, like, there definitely was a UI bug in regards to ammo. Alright, regular Ake. Alright. Yeah, you're counting from 0. Yeah, perfect. Never wrong in that scenario. Just gotta change the definition. I mean, I wouldn't say there was damage fall off. I mean, there might be different hitboxes. I definitely thought, yeah, there was only 5 shots in the first one and 4 in the second one, right? So it was only 9 shots off a full-fledged railgun. I definitely think there was some weird bug going on there. For some reason, it didn't, like, it gave me only 9 shots. Alright. So I guess we can run scrapyard again. Are we gonna be changing out parts again? Let's see what everyone has. There's ammo that I don't have a base, but I guess Morrison might have a base. We can run it back too. Like there's almost no shot we get night shift, right? But you can run it back. Should probably change some drills too, in case we need drills. It doesn't look like, it looks like, well, I know Morrison has a ton of things, right? So we're good across the board. They can make one, and I can watch. All right. Let me get some drills and we're good. And I guess we can run back Scrapyard again. Or not Scrapyard, but Scorched Enclave. See if we can get anyone else some other Courage codexes. Maybe, yeah, potentially. I do just think the concept, right, of like not every shot mattering because you just get too low on ammo just kind of feels bad.
Today is the day.
Now, I will say, if like they could do something different too, right? Where as opposed to killing, like say for example, it takes 5 shots to kill Mother Courage. But as you shoot Mother Courage, you strip parts off with each shot, and it becomes loot. That's a fair way of doing it too, right? But there definitely needs to be some like reward or something that's extra for like landing a few shots, right? Who is randomly... Is the drone shooting us or just, oh, they're shooting across from us. We're just collateral damage. Understood. All right, so no, I wouldn't build a railgun yet, guys. I don't see anything special yet to build a railgun for. Honestly, like if they want a deformation game shift, like if they're, here's the thing, right? There's definitely some things where it seems like they want to do a system in a certain way or not do it at all. And so like if they were not willing to do like weak spots without some degree of deformation that's too impactful on performance, yeah, like the other alternative, right, is like you have parts get dropped off, kind of like the medium mechs currently do. I have not, Priest.
Yeah, let's switch parts and switch back.
They were actually just drop off parts over here and I'll pick one up. Right, give me one of your parts and well, I guess, or actually Morrison should. Because anyway, he has like 5,000. All right, time to leave. I think everyone else had a part already, so let's pick that back up. I was the only one who did not have a part currently. I got one. I have everyone except for the grabber. The Orgamech we killed earlier spawned in the ground though. A container did. I mean, it wouldn't be any different game shift than the medium mech, right? Like, you know, the medium mech strips parts off of it. It would be the same thing as that. All right, so I have the base now. Actually, I should probably keep my base and then let you guys bring in your parts again. That way, we don't have to do another transfer. Yeah, it would be the exact same thing as the medium mechs, right? And the medium mech has like all of its parts fly off. And considering too that like mothers, for example, are always during these weird shifts that nothing else is happening on, Like, you wouldn't have instances, right, of like medium mechs and mothers going at it and parts flying everywhere. Yeah, but like that's my point, Game Shift, right? If they're not willing to do something like that because they're artistic and they don't want to do something that looks like that bad because it won't look as good as Deformation. Like if they have a clear, distinct line, for example, right, if they don't want to do that. I do prefer that system, right, of just showing like, yeah, like a surface texture change or material change on the unit. But if they weren't willing to do that for, you know, artistic integrity. I mean, you would think eventually Delta, right? Right now you just get a codex. I would love scrapping a mech, right? That would be a really cool system to me, of like bringing in a Sol and like scrapping a mech. No night shift for you guys.
Facing. The sector ahead contains explosives.
Hey Gumi, how's it going? Alright, anything big over here? Any Orgamax, any Toothies? I mean, we could force Toothy, because I'm trying not to. If we force Toothy and we get a night shift, that means Toothy will spawn on the night shift also, and I don't think we want that when we're trying to kill moms.
From multiple vectors. Seek cover immediately.
Because the Toothy would get attracted by the railgun and then murder us.
Enemy.
Alright, I guess it's just time to leave then. I mean, metal, fuel, oil, parts, ammo. Because, like, even if you can't use the ammo itself, you could try and, like, take out the gunpowder from, like, if it uses gunpowder, right? You could use, like, you could deconstruct the ammunition as a form of gunpowder. Or just raw material, brass. Well, it's also more in a sense, too, like, I just like the idea of, like, utility slot weapons. As opposed to just, like, only having primaries. Like, I as you probably noticed, too, I almost rarely use my secondary. So to like be able to put like a utility item as a secondary on would be really cool. And I personally feel when you want to drop your things, Morrison.
Low profile requested.
Wait, kill, wait.
Yeah, I know, I'm waiting. Yeah, I know, trust me, I know. The downside of night shifts. I do just think night shifts would be their own option, right? Like, if you want to make them cost more or do whatever, right, that's perfectly fine, but, like, the RNG of night shifts is just weird and arbitrary. And I think you can do a lot, too, jacking up their difficulty if, like, you made them not, like, RNG, right? Alright, run it back. We could try, I mean, like, we could go back to Stairway too, but it seems like for Stairway, the spawns for the containers of what you kill are like uber bugged. We had both the grabber and the Orgamech containers despawn or spawn underground.
Should we try to kill underground dog?
Oh, we could go the grabber underground. It spawned underground though too, right? Like we had to make sure we kill it in the right spot. The one time I killed dog underground too, it spawned in the ground. Let's give Scorched Enclave one more chance for a night shift, and if it doesn't give us a night shift, we can go do dog on Cemetery. I mean, there's not really a late game cap. Like, this is a thing to do in the late game, if you want to call it that, but there's not really a late game. There's no progression in the game currently. The game right now is just a vibe. And watching people fly with a pneumatic jump. Here we got tags. Yeah, there's no shame in that, right? Like, it's got plenty of time left in the oven cap, but like, you are kind of buying into an idea, right? And so, like, you should get at least like some joy out of it. Like, you will get plenty of hours in it for a while now and still enjoy it. You won't start kind of getting this feeling of like, oh yeah, there's no end game for a while. And like their cadence of patches too is pretty good. They generally release a patch every like 2-ish to 3-ish months. Now the patches aren't always like big content patches, but like they usually do have some content like this, for example, or a new map. I'm gonna run. All right. Got that. I'm ready to leave. I grabbed the big boy part already, so I got ammo supply too. I am playing on a 3080 and 1440p all high, with 60% scaling. Delta, I like, honestly, like, more flying units would make a lot of sense, right? Maybe not like literal jetpacks, but like some form of like flying infantry for sure. Or like maybe temporary flying infantry, right? Alright, I guess we can go underground cemetery and kill a dog. We have to be probably pretty careful in where we actually kill it at, because it will just have this knack to spawn though. Or rather spawn underground. Or, sorry, more underground than we currently are at. Alright, 545. Bring a drill. I'm trying to think, where do we kill the dog at actually to make sure it doesn't despawn?
Yeah, we killed it nicely at the entrance, but it dropped the loot box on the ground.
Yeah. So we can't kill it at the entrance. We have to go a little bit farther in. There's 4 unkillables cap. There's Toothy, Mother Courage, Orgamech, and then the Grabber. Which we're about to go. Well, they're unkillables, but like you can disable them with a railgun, which is what we're currently doing.
Maybe we should try again.
Try Scorched Enclave again, or go try? You want to go back to Scorched Enclave? You don't want to do Cemetery? I thought you wanted to kill a Grabber. I'm perfectly down either way.
Yeah, like either way. I mean, I meant kill the dog on the entrance.
No, we can do cemetery. We didn't kill the dog at the entrance. We're gonna go to. I'm trying to think where like is a good spot for this. Yeah, potentially. Trying to think. That wouldn't be a worse spot for it. We
Maybe just bite it a little bit farther from the gates.
I mean, we can't really control where it's going to if we fight it in here. But we can come probably over here, though. And honestly, maybe we just put it like literally right here. Just hide for right now. All right, build her up. And be mindful too, I imagine you will hit the railing, so wait for it to come down all the way. Like literally anywhere works, yeah. I don't think you can swivel it all the way around, can you? So you want to look the other way? You want to look... Can you swivel it all the way around? Yeah, just look, yeah, right there. Perfect. Just hit the button again. Just hit it twice. I believe in you. There we go. All right, so it's gonna do that thing. I probably want to make sure it comes down here to actually kill it.
As a person under 2K, better to hide.
Oh, let me summon the dog. Oh, here it comes.
By the way, there is a second dog too.
Yeah, second dog shouldn't be in this room though. Yeah, that isn't like that's the thing I think they need like they've had this tendency recently to like not lean into that cap. Like there is definitely a market there, right? And like leaning into that kind of nature of having this intense experience but not feeling rushed during it. There are certain, I think, like gameplay patterns you can do or gameplay systems you can do.
I think it's respawned. It's jumped behind the gates. Behind the gates we have 2 dogs right now.
It despawned. Yeah, like there's ways to pressure the player, but it's not through arbitrary times, right? I guess just open the door, fuck it.
Should I open?
Yeah, fuck it.
There's a 2 dog, right?
I mean, yeah, fuck it.
Right
Open it.
here.
If the dog does spawn, fuck it. But no, yeah, there's definitely like certain elements, right, where I think they can lean into like providing an intense experience, but not an experience where you feel rushed. Or like where the game feels like a chore, right? Is it stuck down there in the pipe or is it just running around still? There it comes. Or what? Okay, it says don't shoot it, don't fuck with it.
It's a bit underground.
God damn it, Gabe. Well,
Should we try to kill second one?
I might not have enough shots for it, but we can certainly try. Open her up.
Situation critical.
The problem is, Sam's like, I don't, like, it says 5. I'm not sure if I can trust that. Because, yeah, it's not updating when I shoot. I must please remind you not to walk in front of the gun when I might want to shoot. We walk around the gun. I do not want to kill you, and I do not want to lose an ammo on you. Come on, baby. I know you want to come in. Stop running around.
A1 units on the move.
I don't think that we're ever gonna get a road map. I swear to God. And like, they shouldn't do road map either. Just because I'm sure things are so fluid with them, right? That like committing to a timeline for certain things would be unwise. I think that wasn't that not 4 shots? Maybe it's 5 with this thing? I thought I hit it 4 times.
HK tracking active.
Well, my gun says I have 2 shots left, but I think I have none left, to be honest.
I think we have 1 shot and we may have a chance.
I'm not sure if I have any shots left, but we're gonna find out when it comes over again. Oh, ammo count on the right, maybe? Yeah. I hit it 4 times so far. Okay, there it goes. So 5 times and out?
Yes, drill it.
A1 units on the move.
Pack it up. We don't get to pack it. This is a 1-shot thing, dude. We don't get to pack it up. You get 10 shots and it's gone. You have to make a new one.
Only have to be fast.
Which, I mean, it's fair. It's a railgun, right? It does blow out the barrel real quickly. We've locked ourselves in here.
Threat exponential inbound.
They do not know.
Just go around up the stairs.
So yeah, as long as you don't fuck with the grabber that's down, by the way, I think it stays down for perpetuity. I think it only gets really, I think it only bugs out and resets if you like hit it when it's down. All right, there's a codex. Time to go around. But no, yeah, grabber's one of the 4 unkillables. Basically, the 4 unkillables you cannot kill without the railgun. And even with the railgun, you're not killing them, you're just kind of knocking them out. I mean, I wouldn't go as far to pet it though, right? Because like, you know, someone petted the dog earlier and got murdered because it reset or woke up. Yeah, there's a lot going on with that momentum.
We won't say the name of this kind man.
Up we go. Alright, so that's every codex for me. So literally everyone else could have codexes now. I don't need a gacha. I have so many. But I believe I have one of each now.
Awaiting new tasking.
That would be cool. Trophies. They definitely have talked about trophies though. It hasn't been recently, but they 100% talked about trophies in a Q&A like forever ago. And mainly for like character stuff, like for example the water thief mask for Old Man. All right. What codexes do you guys need? There's the future I want, and then there's the future I think, but like I don't really, well, it's the future I want and the future I think. The future I think, right, is just so hazy and unknown. Like I have literally almost no idea, right? It really depends. Like the key problem is this, right? I have no idea of their financials, and that informs so much, right? Because at the end of the day, for better or for worse, this is a PvE game, and that kind of puts it into a smaller audience, right? It's a PvE game with a small, like, first-time studio, right? And a somewhat popular genre, but still, like, the genre is getting pretty well saturated. And I do think they have a very solid niche, but like it's super hard to say where it will go from there. I do have literal like concepts in my head of where it could go, but that's really just it, right? Concepts. It's not what they'll end up doing. I've never talked to a developer before, so I just don't know. And like I think one of the moderators on Discord did kind of relate to them that the ambiguity in their Q&As isn't really doing them any favors. Because the Q&As are nice, but they are just so aggressively ambiguous. And vague. Alright, so what map? I don't need codexes anymore. I have one of each. Does anyone need a particular codex? I can bring a base, yeah. I'll bring a base in. I have the base, you have the gun, you have ammo. I wouldn't be concerned about player counts, Cap. I think this is the wrong game. Like, there are games where player count is relevant. This is not the case. Like, if your basis for player count is your concern about the health of the company, that's one thing. But like, the player count doesn't really equate to sales in a PvE game, right? Because you're not like, in a PvP game, right? Like, you need that player count to provide diversity and like the ability to play against other players. But when it's a PvE game that kind of leans in the single player aspects, right? The player count is kind of somewhat arbitrary, right? If you enjoy the game, if you are the only person playing and you enjoy the game, does that make the game bad? Let's do Scorched Enclave, I guess. Let's try to get a night shift again. And like I mentioned that too, like it might raise my concerns about the financials of the company, but like that's a different story entirely, right? And they could be doing more in that regard. That's like why I think perhaps like a part-time merchant, merchandise person would not be the worst idea for them. Like they have graphical artists, right? Now, sure, they might be more character artists, but like I'm sure they could maybe get out of here. They could like lean into merchandise, right? They can sell coffee mugs, they can sell graphical tees. Graphical tees, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but there definitely seems to be, now not for me, but like graphical tees are very popular in the kind of 40k crowds. I could be entirely wrong. It's been so long since I played 40k in person. So very long. Hold on. Alright. Wait, Blood, you're not bringing any ammo at all? Oh well, it's the vibe. Like graphical tees, like hats, or just like posters too, right? Art book also, right? But like the art book seems to be an actual endeavor where they're reaching out to like some company to make it a very high. It's kind of the same thing in regards to you know, the hitbox system in regards to like Mother Courage's right getting defaced. Like there's definitely some vibe where like they do not want to compromise. There's some degree of integrity that they want to keep, right? Oh god, helicopter. You didn't bring any blood. Guess it's time to leave. We need to kill you. I don't... We probably need to leave. Or just murder that thing. Screw you, helicopter. Get wrecked. Yeah, game show. It's more about like the sense of like they don't want to compromise or do that for some reason, like of some degree of like they don't want to deface their art by putting it on a poster. It should be on a canvas instead. Canvas. It shouldn't be on a t-shirt. It should be, you know, on a piece of canvas and displayed as a portrait, right? But no, like yeah, posters, tees, like they can do merch work too, and they don't need to probably hire a full-time person for that, right? Or they can. I mean, I'm sure they're multi-role as is. Oh god, tags. Oh god, HKs. But like there's a clear factor.
By the way,
English
we
is so
can
hard.
Try to summon HK as an Orgamech on Ashen or here.
I already got an HK on here. It's not an Orgamech, I can tell you that. But we can go over to Ashen and try to summon an HK. Or just go to Ashen, go to Bunker and see if it spawns. For a different venue too. There is the factor too, right, where like keeping this game small in scope isn't the worst idea ever. Because sometimes you do need like a stepping ground.
Safe and sound.
No, I often spawn this like rogue Orgamech in here.
I know you're referring to, yes, sometimes there's occasionally an Orgamech that will spawn at the exit of that map. We did not get it that time. Yeah, display, like there's lots of ways they can merchandise out their like stuff, right? Doing a sort of system too, right? Like sort of like providing the CAD files for models too, and like saying, hey, like, you know, charge $1 or $2, or like maybe like $5 per model. Or rather just make it like a, you know, a donate to them if like, you know, paying them, I don't know. There's lots of different ways they can pursue it, right? Yeah, and like that's the thing about Darktide though too, right? Where if your concerns were about the player count on Darktide, that's a lot more warranted in a game like this, right? Because you kind of... Darktide is first and foremost a co-op game. This, at the current moment, feels like either a half and half or leans more single player, right? Like it's a single player game with co-op elements, or it's a pure half and half, right? Where you can do either or. All right, to Mesa we go. I got the base. You had that. We need the ammo. Wait, you have the base too. I guess should I bring ammo? Do I have ammo? I do have ammo I can bring. So you have that. Okay, we're good across the board. No, Samsung, stop it. Everyone brought ammo now. Who needs a base anyway? Hold on, let me just say this. I will bring base. That time it's in real time, they can see that. There's no stream delay. No! Okay. 2 bases, got it. Base, ammo, we're good. We're good. Yeah, like, why do we need a base? We just throw, like, yeah, why do we need a base? Exactly. Why does this base take 3 hours to make?
Just hand wielded.
Oh, no night shift.
I am the conduit. The human is the hand.
Gotta wait for them to load in. They'll get here eventually. Oh, Ludroth crashed. Did Blood crash too? I know Blood does just have a long loading time though. There he goes. Well, thankfully we did bring an extra, I think, ammo in, right? I think Blood has ammo. What would I add? I
have a main part.
Yeah, you have main part. I have the base. I think Blood has the ammo.
We could try to kill him before he.
Well, you killed him. Congratulations.
Idea was good, but it was not timed well.
It's. I mentioned it earlier. It's not necessarily about adding. It's just making sure things are well polished, right? Like before, I would go to the like. It's different people too, but like when you have a few developers, sometimes it's the same people. If I was in their shoes right now, I would like honestly perhaps put like one person on movement for the next 2 months, one person on gunplay for the next 2 months, and whatever developers I have left over working on whatever they have planned. Now, the only problem is they might only have like 2, 3, 4, 5 developers, right? So there is always that issue, but like their most well-established developers, I would put almost on refining the core systems right now. And in regards to adding extra stuff on top of that, like I would wait for that being done first, and then I would focus on the actual more like meta systems. I'm sorry, I picked up 3 pictures, I think. That's on me. I was talking and not thinking. We should probably just leave.
Damn it, I was waiting for the dog, but yeah.
I mean, it might be a dog. I mean, it might be a dog, or it might be a mech, but it's probably going to be HKUDs. Oh, so there's a few items on certain maps, Cap, that will trigger 8 hunter killers.
We don't have full set.
That will trigger hunter killers. And on this map, there's pictures that will spawn pretty commonly in loot crates in multiples. And if you pick up 3 pictures, you summon HKs. And there's a knack for like, if you just loot all, you will pick up 3 pictures sometimes and get HKs.
Ah shit, it's Doc.
Well, I have great news for me and Blood Panda. Did you just kill me? From over 2k HP?
Yeah, I have bad news for me.
Did that just kill me from over 2k HP? Sorry, what? It set me down to 1990. Like, no, Ludroth, go back and look before I got grabbed. It set me down almost. I think it hit me down to that and then instantly executed me before that. Yeah, it double taps me. That's always fun, I guess.
Yeah, you have 1999 when he grabbed you.
Well, it felt like it set me to that, right? Because I think it slash does 1k about, and it would not have perfectly set us to 1999. Like that is a set value, right? That like the chances of us actually seeing the value of 1999, which is probably the actual value, it can actually kill you.
Rogue bullet.
It's not a rogue bullet. It's just a desync bug, probably. Just like the ammo counter and stuff like that. It's just multiplayer. Almost assuredly, the dog double tapped us. And it did this weird double tap too, where it set us to the exact amount it needed to kill us after it hit us once.
Wait, Blood, wait.
He already has a part.
You can take 2 parts if you on map, and if you don't drop it in innards.
I mean, I don't mind the whole chasing aspect, right? I just don't mind the bugs. Or I mind the bugs. The grabbers are very bug. The grabber's perpetually been a very buggy experience. I mean, Ludroth, I was above 2k. Like, it was very clear I was above 2k. It set us to the value where it needed to kill us at. Like, us being sent, like, if we were hit for 1k and then executed, we would not have been at 1999. We would have been like 1800 or something like that, right? Because we were a little bit chipped up. The fact it hit us to exactly 1999 makes it feel like some weird issue with desync where it grabbed us and it set us to the value where it needed to do that to us. It was some weird bug. Because it's the weird thing too, right? Like where it set us to the exact threshold amount where it needs to kill us at. Just peer-to-peer networking things. All right, I can bring a base in again. I mean, it's not supposed to one-shot up us there, Cap. That was just more of a fluke. And like, I've already spoke my mind about, like, yeah, like in my previous videos too, right? It shouldn't, hold on, I gotta fix this. Why you hate? It shouldn't one-shot, like, there shouldn't be a one-shot gimmick in the game, really, or if there does, like, in games that do one-shot gimmicks, the usual AI that does it either has a lot of counterplay, or, like, it's really smart and, like, sophisticated, right? Like Alien Isolation. So no, it's just, yeah, a one-shot gimmick probably shouldn't be in the game, but it is what it is. All right, I have my base, you have that, you have ammo, we have 2 ammos. Yeah, I'm curious if we'll get that. Just to reiterate my philosophy to maybe some newer viewers, I am of the opinion they could remove half of the guns in the game and nothing would be lost.
Check near the inner shop.
What? Are you just bugging the dog again?
No, I'm near the inner's shop.
This shop? Yeah? Yeah, he's on the ground. He bugged that dog probably. He clips onto the ground, yeah. It's just more in the sense of, Cap, I'm of the philosophy of I'd rather have fewer things done better than a lot done mediocre. Alright, ready up.
Look up.
No, I see you. No, you're up there, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like, they can add more guns later in. Like, that's not an issue. But having a solid foundation to build from makes things much more manageable, right? It's just the general way how I break down projects. I don't try and look at the whole project at once. Like, I will have an idea of how to do the project, I'll know the overall goals of the project, but like I will break that down into very small tasks, right? And I will make sure that task is done well before moving on. Otherwise, it can feel kind of impossible, right? And I imagine that's how it kind of feels too with all the guns, right? It feels probably overbearing or impossible to make 42 guns feel interesting, right? And they generally do. There is not a lot of nuance to the guns right now. They all just feel the same. There are like a few exceptions here and there, but like that's why I say you could like reduce it by half. And like you can reduce it by half and still just have guns in the game that are mainly just there to be aesthetically different, but functionally the same. Correct. There's no grenades in the game yet, except for grenade launchers, so the M203 doesn't work yet. And the vector's suppressor is not a suppressor; it's a barrel shroud, and the Scar shouldn't have suppressor. No, it's never just one thing or the other, right? They need to have some people focused on polishing and some people focused on adding. Which I think they kind of do at the moment, but like, at least personally for me, when I do development work, not for games, but for like just my regular job, like, so for bigger projects or just like for the overall like big projects like this, it might take me like several months or even longer to do something. And it's very important when I'm doing that to be focused on that, right? Like, if you ever have done work before in like development, it is it's a common trope, right? Where, for example, you get into a mood or a vibe and you start getting actual work done, and then a meeting happens or a call happens, you get pulled away, and suddenly you're like your zone, you lose your focus, right? And it takes time to rebuild that. And in a way, that's kind of almost what's necessary here, is like give someone the responsibility of movement or gunplay and lock them in a room for 2 to 3 months with their own devices. Because sometimes that's what it takes to like get into an actual vibe with something. The vector suppressor is not a suppressor. Now, granted, it could be a suppressor if they wanted to make it one, but the vector suppressor, if we're comparing it to the IRL variant, is a barrel shroud for compliance of essentially the US civilian market. So, if you look at the P90, the civilian P90, the civilian P90 has a very long barrel. and it looks kind of tacky and weird. The Vector also has a civilian model, and as opposed to just having a long and tacky barrel, they have a long and tacky barrel. They put a barrel shroud over to look cooler. The integrated suppressor that you see in game currently for the Vector is that barrel shroud. Now, they could make it a suppressor if they want to. That's not saying they can't, but if we're just strictly going off IRL, it's not a suppressor, it's a barrel shroud. And we have a medium mech HK. Who picked up the pictures? Who picked up the pictures? Who wanted Ash and Mesa? It was you, Morrison. There's lots of different ways of balancing it.
No, it's not me.
It's because you wanted Ash and Mesa. It's not your fault. I'm just being pedantic. All right, time to leave. I mean, no, it's literally tactical. Cap, if you're not familiar with the U.S., if you're not familiar with the United States arms market and just the general vibe of people who are really into 2A, there's a lot of tactical in the sense of just having tactical vibes and equipment and just looks and aesthetics for just the sake of looking cool. You ever seen people LARPing in like airsoft? Yeah, it's the exact same thing. And call it what you will. I don't have anyone who, I don't have problems with people who do airsoft, but like it is LARPing. Alright, so maybe we don't run Mesa anymore. We gave Mesa 2 times and it fucked us both times. I guess all 3 times, actually. Alright, let's run it back. I guess let's run a different map, though.
Scorch, maybe?
Let's go back to Scorch, see if we can get night shift. I mean, if we want to kill Toothy, you can pick up target locks and we'll get Toothy. That's a guaranteed thing to kill. I mean, the 50 cal silencer, though, it is probably a silencer. I don't think, like, here's the thing, right? The Vector we can easily compare to real life. When we start considering a 50 cal Scar, it's slightly a different story. No, we're just trying to kill specials, really. We're not really grinding. I mean, we are grinding in a sense that we're trying to kill specials, but that's really about it. And like, the reason why I would say that the Scar shouldn't have a suppressor is more because it just fulfills this really cool, like, high-powered weapon gun area, and like it's powerful, but you can't silence it, right? I mean, you can, well, the first step is not running 50 BMG. I mean, the VKS, for example, is essentially a 50 BMG, or 50 caliber gun that's subsonic and quiet. But it does that from being, you know, a 50 caliber bullet that's like a snubby, right? It's a smaller bullet. It's just big and thick and goes slow. If the question becomes silencing 50 BMG, yeah, not easy and wouldn't do a whole lot. I mean, you could silence it, but it would be comically large. And like it's not like the suppressor you kind of see on the Scar might not even be a suppressor, but it might literally be a suppressor, but like not actually a suppressor, in the sense of, let me rephrase. It might be a suppressor, but not a silencer, right? It's not like the movie silencer that makes it, you know, impossibly quiet. It just makes it actually bearable to like shoot, right? All right, I have the base, I think, right? Yeah, I have the base. I don't think we should, Morrison, I don't think we should deploy the thing there, man. That was for the night shift, not for the day shift. I think that's kind of dangerous to deploy during the day. See ya, Cap. Let's deploy it over here. Morrison, you have the gun. That's what we're doing right now. Basically, is stunning Toothy.
No, I have extra.
You have extra. No, you do have the gun. All right, we're good.
Okay, I thought I brought extra.
Alright, it should be down now. Hey! You... we need to have some etiquette about covering the guy on the gun. Alright, well, that's fun.
What?
We need to have some etiquette, guys, about covering the person on the gun.
Okay.
You guys would be the worst weapon crew in 40K. How does a cyborg get to run up to me and smack me? Yeah, you can, with the railgun, you can stun all the foreign killables.
I didn't even notice that dog spawned.
It was an HK. I mean, you can't stop the dog, but you can stop me from getting smacked for a cyborg for a lot of my health. I wouldn't be mentioning it if it wasn't the first time I got suddenly started getting lit the fuck up while on the railgun. I have heard of Trench Tails, yeah. Love the guy. The guy is a feat of Trench Crusade. I've heard of Trench Crusade. Yeah. I don't play tabletop anymore, but I've heard of it, yeah. How's everyone doing? Armor thing? I mean, that's just his map, though. My gamma settings are not maxed out. They're normal. That's just this map. This map is that red. Hell, like if I'm looking over at my stream, it actually looks a bit more whitewashed out as compared to my monitor, actually. I mean, I could play with my gamma settings. I'm not going to. This is just normal gamma for me. Like, this is just default what I run for everything, and it's not like up or lowered, right? It's just the default settings for gamma. So like, if I was to adjust the gamma, it'd be adjusting for this particular game for this particular map, which, Also, I'm not sure if you're talking about gamma or saturation. Gamma is going to be brightness. If you're talking about saturation, that'd be your colors. I don't believe you, Ludra. That's the second time it's happened. Oh, favorite faction to fight? Probably Europa. All right, what do I got? I have... Let's go over to Masked Man so I can actually heal. Water Thieves are okay. The respawns there can be kind of aggressive sometimes.
Do you have any more parts?
I have ammo and that's it. Alright, let's drop that. Alright, ammo, rifle-wise. Let's go over to the Scar, why not? Bring a drill in, we'll bring the ammo. Let's run a stairway and see if we can get lucky with a night shift. So you go to the base, we need the actual gun itself, if you can bring that. Yeah, I mean, like, I just don't know what they're trying to do with the special units, gamer. So, like, if your premise is that you want a rocket launcher to take out the specials as opposed to the railgun, okay. I don't know.
Do you have?
Okay, he's got a railgun, so we're good. Let's actually start at the wall, though. Let's do that. Descend as opposed to ascend. It just kind of depends, right? Like, yeah, and like that's the downside of a patch like this, right? Like it's been the rhetoric on a few different like feedback areas, right? Where they do one patch that's more co-op focused and everyone loses their mind. And I mainly play the game solo too, right? This is the community stream day. Like, I do this once every 2 weeks, but other than that, I'm mainly playing the game solo. So I am predominantly a solo player. But like, for some reason, like I understand, but like this patch, right? A lot of solo players are losing their mind because they introduced some co-op content. And like, just, yeah. Like, yeah, they might introduce some things like kill specials in the future too, right? But like, I'm not sure if killing specials should be that high on the content list. Like, it should almost be a late game thing, right? And like, it could just be, it's in here for testing for now, but like, it's so far removed from what the content I feel like they should focus on first.
Cool, I can't see you kill. I can see only blood and something. You are not rendering for me.
Womp womp. Alright, well that drone's gonna be busy. Holy FPS drops. I think that's guaranteed, right? I mean, like, for example, Night Shift Stairway is raining, as opposed to pure nighttime.
We don't have any big guys. Should we extract?
Wait till you see them down here. They sometimes can spawn late. Toothy spawns late usually too. But yeah, otherwise, if we don't see anything here, just extract, yeah. There's no other reason to be on this map otherwise. But like they've talked about like things like modifiers and hazards and different shifts and so on and so forth. Like I don't think that's an issue at all, right? I'm much more concerned about the meta systems too. There's a problem in extraction shooters. And it's not necessarily a big issue for live service games that are constantly pumping out content. But like it's been this issue with Tarkov for the longest time, where the only way Tarkov has ever approached the longevity of the game, or rather the experience of the game, is making the grind longer. Every single patch of Tarkov has literally just been them adding more to the grind, making things take longer. Like, you can say it's adding more content, but it's really just adding more filler, in my opinion. None of their quest design is really all that intricate or interesting. Some are better than others, right? But predominantly, like, the vast majority of quests in Tarkov make me want to fucking tear my eyes out. And, like, they have constantly, like, that's the only thing they've known because it's the only thing they've tried. And so they're now at this period, right, where people want to almost have an end to Tarkov, and so does Nikita, it seems like. Like, at least if you believe his rhetoric, Nikita wants the Tarkov to be finished, but they're their own worst enemy in that regard because they don't facilitate the gameplay patterns to, you know, actually have that kind of system, right? I already have something in my slot. I only have one slot, so... And my point for this game is, right, or other extraction shooters that are more solo oriented, figure out gameplay loops, like work on gameplay loops, iterate on gameplay loops that kind of have sort of ends. Like, don't be afraid of just having your game not necessarily have a, like, an end, but a conclusion, right? Let people finish cycles or wipes or whatever, right? Let them prestige, if you will. And if they want to go again, they can go again, but like, figure out this loop, right? I'm unfamiliar with Arc Raiders as a whole, too. Tough, I haven't played it. Yeah, but like, there's only so much, like, so SC Gamer, you're not describing an extraction shooter, you're describing a live service game. And this is not a live service game because it's PvE and it's offline. Like, they're no, you're good, but like, it's a very clear distinction, but it's an issue where I think a lot of developers get confused. At least it seems that way, right? Because they, like, for example, this game kind of, like, with the IRL timer and with their current gameplay patterns, right, they kind of feel like this faux live service, right? But that's not doing them any favors. Like you, for a live service game to exist, it needs to bring in perpetual income to pay for development. And like, by necessity, it has to be multiplayer and it has to draw people in. And it has to have like a fairly aggressive content cycle too, right? And like, even looking at the pinnacle of live service like Destiny 2, right? I would say Destiny 2 kind of failed in their live service model. In a way it worked, but like, it worked for a while, but it was never going to sustain itself, right? Because they were constantly playing this game of catch up. right, I got ammo. I guess we can run Scorched Enclave again. I mean, like, what? If we're trying to kill specials, it's Mesa, Scorched Enclave. Elephant doesn't really have any specials on it except for the grabber occasionally. If we get Night Shift Elephant, it works, but it's shit show. Frozen Swamp, we're looking for night shifts too. Let's just Stairway again. Okay, I got ammo. We got that. Let me break some meds and we're good. Them getting rid of the real life timer, and like one of the moderators is much more on like a first name basis, or like rather a talking basis with the developers, include me in on this. Apparently, like the IRL timer is like a vestige of like the early build of the game, but like I would have loved to have been in that room and been like, this is just an awful idea to base your offline PV extraction shooter off an IRL timer. Like, I'm not sure of the market you're trying to corner here, but the market you're going to be getting is people who are tired of the rat race, the chore, right? They want to have a game they can play at their own pace. And that should be kind of your perspective on when you're designing systems. If you want systems to feel oppressive or scarce, or like, you know, have some weight to them, they can do that, but they cannot be in such a way where they act like a chore or like a timer, right? All right, we're good. Exactly, it's a game of catch up. It's a game of catch up, or it's a rat race, right? Like, once there's a wipe of Tarkov, it is literally you need to play perpetually or you fall behind. And when you fall behind, like, it feels miserable to play late wipe.
Don't lose track out here. It's easy to get lost.
All right, I did not pick up the Toothy quest this time, so we might have to see what it is. Yeah, I mean, like, I am not natively saying that live service in and of itself is bad, but the way corporations that lean into live service choose to do live service are awful. We have Euruscan Media mechs, but I mean, we could kill some Euruscan Media mechs if you guys want. I actually don't think I have the codex for those. Isn't the exact same as the European one though, or am I crazy? Yeah, fuck it.
Kill, let's swap parts because I can't see you and I can't place.
Swap parts? Okay, you can have...
Trying to carefully extract.
Yeah, look, let's kill some Media mechs.
Yeah, I can't see you. You are not rendering for me at all.
I like how this is a solution to actually, like, covering me. What am I missing? Hold still, sir. I can't see when you're right behind me. All right, we're out. We need to take it down with conventional guns. Oh, Chopper! Chopper! Ludra, save me! Alright, we're good. I don't have any drills though. I forgot drills.
We have second chopper.
I mean, it's gonna keep respawning every time we kill it, so just ideally once we kill it, just let it chill out. And there's one more over there too, yeah.
is a mech.
That's not good. That's not good.
FYI, it's coming towards us right now.
Leave me. You can leave me.
Oh, Chopper, save us. Chopper, go.
What is that? You might want to run.
Scatter. Why is the chopper on me? Live.
About mech is on me. You got about 8 seconds before I start targeting you, I believe.
Okay, we're good. The drill's almost done, I think. Oh god, you just shot me.
One is down. This was impossible.
Alright, stop leaving me. Okay, we're good. I need codex. Everyone's dead. Oh, Blood's still alive. Blood, how the fuck are you at 1 HP, Blood?
No, Blood's alive.
10 HP? Holy shit. Oh, we got a codex too. Okay, we're good. The helicopter right now, its aggro is on crack, basically, yeah. It was, so
Just
Rem, it was,
gone,
the old
and
water
then
system was
stuff.
like based off your IRL clock, so even when you were not playing the game, it would drain. And like a lot more of the game was based on that too. Like a lot of the systems were based off running off your computer's clock. And if there's one thing I'm good at doing, it's pointing out bad ideas. And man,
Be careful,
I would have looked
there's
that the
more
fuck
than
up
your
immediately and said like, this is a terrible idea. And like, no, that's the problem though, Tough, right? How in the fuck do you balance an experience of an IRL drain of water between a person who plays like 10 hours a week or 1 hour a week? Like how, like it's an impossible question, right? There is no good way of balancing gameplay around that. Acceptable losses. Yeah, despite how vague they are on their Q&As, they do seem to listen. Considering that, like, when water was the IRL timer, it was probably all they heard. So unfortunately we lost a few people because of the chopper. I imagine the turrets didn't really help either, neither did the railgun. We were making a lot of noise. So much noise. Do I have any parts left? I mean,
Turrets
sometimes
they distracted the first chopper when I gunned it down.
that's fair. Unfortunately, the chopper respawns. Here's the thing, too, right? Though, getting overly attached to a system like that is why they spent. Like, here's the thing, Tough. Because that they were to a degree overly attached to that IRL timer, they spent 6 months basically doing nothing with water because they tried to make it work. Well, I wouldn't say 6 months. It was more like 3 months. They eventually caved and like they tried. Water 2.0 was their compromise of trying to make the IRL timer still work, but ultimately, like, it was still flawed, right? So they actually wasted time by not willing to accept the initial idea was flawed. At least in my opinion. Like, if you get overly attached to a bad idea, like, that can happen, right? Like, and there is buy-in too. Like once your baby's in place, right, and you have some buy-in with your, like, your, you know, your system, yeah, it's hard to let it go. Give night shift. Let's not. I mean, we could do Scorched Enclave again, but I mean, what else? Like, there's not many maps for special units. Try Stairway again. We could try Frozen Swamp, but like that's so RNG. Like that's praying for a night shift. We could try elephant for killing medium mechs, but yeah, let's just run Scorched Enclave one more time. I'm out of parts, I believe, right? Actually, I'm out of parts, so we can just probably just run anything, really, right? Just for funsies. Actually, oh, you guys get parts. We're good. Okay. You guys have all the parts, so we're good. Yeah, and like, and here's the thing though too, right? There are like, the problem I have, Ego, right, in the sense of, it's so easy mentally for me to come up with flaws. And it could be just the confusion too, for example, of not understanding their potential audience. Like, it... Oh, hey, Night Shift.
I hate the surface.
Well, let's wait for blood.
Right.
Get you guys your Mother Courage codexes. I will not be shooting unless I have to, because I am not running a silencer right now.
One day, they won't need us.
Do I hear a dog already? Someone is shooting on here. Is it a corpse tank? But no, Ego, yeah, like, it just, like, I definitely think there might have been some confusion in regards to, like, the clientele they were attracting with a PvE extraction shooter game, right? And what those people might be more into, as opposed to, like, we're leaving Tarkov because we're tired of what Tarkov offers. It's exhausted us. Yeah, I'm kind of hesitant after seeing Stairway, but I am hopeful about Downtown. The indoor areas of Stairway do not blow me away.
As long as I'm the last one standing.
All right, guys, have fun building your Mother Courage contraption. The corpse tank?
Close combat.
Yeah, I don't need the codex. That's all you, man.
Kill, I think you should shoot because you're a host.
Sure.
You won't have a luck with the gun.
Okay, that was 5 shots. Mother Courage is down. I have 5 shots left according to the right-hand screen.
There is second one.
Yeah, I want to wait for it to get close to that before I start shooting. It's kind of hard to see. I can't miss a shot on it either. Okay, both bombs are down. Yeah, it doesn't always spawn sometimes. Like it does spawn predominantly on night shifts, but not always. He's getting flipped over by fucking cyborgs. I mean, I wouldn't even say it's a challenging of actually, like, well, I'm not sorry, Ego. I might be unfamiliar with, if you're referring to our conversations thus far, I would say it's less about the challenge of making a video game. It is that partially, right? It's honestly more of a challenge of, I would say, planning. How did Morrison die? What the hell? Did you get run over by a tank?
Great.
Enemy contact.
There's one more, guys. There's one more on Mother over here, by the way, if you have another drill.
Yeah, the tank just back up on me.
I don't have a... Oh, actually, I can drill into it if you need one blood. No, I think he just got ran over. Actually, that's the dog music, actually.
Hopefully way is to get us. We can escape.
And like naturally, you're not gonna really have market research with a game like this, but like there is a degree of like having a conversation about your systems and like the ideas, like where the concepts. Okay, let me just say this. There is the whole thing too, right? Where like if their whole thing is like they just want to make a game, if it sticks, it sticks. That's perfectly fair too. But if you're trying to attract this particular type of person who's like kind of tired of the conventional always online extraction shooter, then yeah, like you should probably have conversations about the market, the people who like are moving over to the game like this, and then the systems that would attract them and how they might interpret certain systems. Blood, this is all you, by the way, if you want it. I already got one, so you're good. Yeah, I already have one, so you're good.
Too much.
Ah, damn it, I needed one from mommy.
Yeah, I'm hopeful, right? There's always this degree too of like, yeah, using it as a stepping stone. All right, that's 3 moms down so far. I think everyone's got a codex now except for maybe Morrison. But yeah, I do like, and there's this degree too. Like, I don't think that the market for like PvE, well, disabled Jacob, the market for like PvE solo, like, or solo focused extraction shooter is that big. But like, I definitely think there is a niche for it, right? Yeah, I tried Zero C for it. I couldn't get into it, to be honest. I just have problems with top-down games like that. Just not my vibe. All right. Let's maybe try a stairway. I really genuinely want to get a nighttime stairway. Yeah, I'm not saying Zero Seaver is bad. It's just I don't particularly. I'm not really fond of it. Like, it's definitely interesting, right? There's that, like, what's that called, like Stallcraft 2, like the Minecraft soccer. Gives me similar kind of vibes. All right, we just need ammo on blood, or we need to do a trade-off run. Does blood have ando?
Yeah, we should just transfer you parts, and then next time.
Sure, I'll just go. We'll go do scrapyard real quick then.
And by the twist, fate, it will be nighttime.
Oh, we got nighttime this time at least. You summoned nighttime. Look what you did.
Always look.
Now oh man, look, we would have got nighttime too on we would have got nighttime on the other map we went there. All right, got my part.
Yes, what I
I guess Blood can take that one when he gets in.
A reason.
Have fun. Also, by the way, too, like, we have the moon on this map, right? But like on night shot, like the eclipse variant of Scorched Enclave is so weird. I'm gonna try the extract. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the whole Stalker 2 kind of yeah. Let's just say I'm kind of like day by day forgetting that Stalker 2 exists. Though eventually maybe mods will make me want to remember it. I would rather just go play like OG Stalker or Pripyat, like Misery. There's a certain charm to the older Stalker games. This is not there with Stalker 2. And it's got other issues too, right? It's got the dreaded open world for open world's sake.
Wake me up in a year.
All right, so we have parts now, so we can run night shift. We can hopefully run night shift. Stairway. Hopefully. It's pretty improbable, but Stalker 2 lacks. It's got a lot missing. And like, I can't fault them, right? Because the situation in Ukraine naturally is abhorrent. Like, but it's unfortunately, it's just not like, it's a fine, it's mediocre is like the best word. And like, keep in mind, right, mid or mediocre doesn't mean bad, it just means not good either. It's like a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's just not good. It's not memorable in any way. It doesn't live up to Stalker 1, which it probably was never going to, right? But still. It wasn't even necessarily that. It was good for the time it came out. It's just that, like, the entire experience of Stalker was like one of the first atmospheric shooters, right? And the faux open world in Stalker, the original Stalker series, was like the best of both worlds, right? It wasn't a railroad, but it also wasn't as like daunting as a true open world. Stalker 2's actual full open world does not do it any favors. I mean, Stalker 1 actually wasn't... Stalker 2 was a janky game in its day, but like, I played Stalker 1 OG when it came out. I loved it. It was difficult and buggy, but I loved it. And like, during the time when Stalker 1 came out, keep in mind too, the internet wasn't like as big as it is currently now. You didn't get everything spoiled to you, right? And you weren't like, you didn't get like the whole story or like the twists and turns of a game thrown into your face constantly, right? And so like, if you played Stalker 1 normally without having it get spoiled, you could walk into a bad end and be like, what the fuck? And be none the wiser. And then you could go back and look at it later and be like, oh fuck, that was a bad end? Alright, well that... What the... Okay. Yeah, it's got a lot of soul to it, right? And the premise was unique and interesting too, right? It had that grounded sci-fi feel, right? Where it, like, the entire sort of setting was a straight man, but like everything on top of it was just extra. Is it trying to head up the stairs? Why? Yeah, that honestly, Ego, that's a good way of summarizing it up too. We need more games that are willing to be games and not necessarily movies. And like, in a way, you could you could critique this game currently like that is in it's trying too much to be an art book when it decided it wants to be a game. Like, there's naturally artistic sorts of games. Like, hold on, there's a new one that came out recently. There's a claymation game that looks super fucking cool. And like, this is like I do buy the occasional walking simulator art piece game, right? That's literally just like going through a setting and enjoying the art and enjoying the atmosphere, enjoying the story, right? I have no problem with games like that, but you need to know that's what you want to be. Midnight Walk, yeah. Is it good? Wait, Nasco, you played it? It looks really fucking well done. I heard it's like short, but like the art and like just the whole premise of the game is really interesting. It's like, I think one of the critiques of the game, right? It's like not even really a game. It's just like almost just playing an art piece. But like, look it up. Yeah, like look at Midnight Walk, right? Oh god, dude, just wow, why? All right, it's dead. There's a few been recently I've actually played. There's that game I want to play, Midnight Walk. There was that, like, what's it called, the like Scottish oil rig one. What was it called again? I can't fucking remember right now. It was really good too. And like, it was like a full price game experience, right? But it was a cool visual game experience novel, right? Like, it was an expensive entry fee, but like when you're buying for art, right? Or you're buying an experience like that, yeah, it's gonna cost a bit more than normal. Yeah, Still Wakes the Deep was great too. It like had some very light horror elements, but like the gameplay was very simple. Still Wakes the Deep, Midnight Walk, and there was that one too, right? Hold on here. I have to look it up here. Here it is, my Steam library. Mouthwashing. Mouthwashing was a fucking trip. If you haven't seen like a stream or a playthrough of Mouthwashing, it is absolutely an experience. Is there a special around here we need to kill or no? It's a psychological horror. It's a bit more than that, I would say. I don't want to spoil Samsung. I could talk about it. I don't want to spoil it though for people who are interested in it. But yeah, it's like psychological horror slash a story. It's a lot of psychology and sort of it's psychology, human interactions, and like, yeah, there's horror elements of it, and it's a lot more philosophical than that too, right? I wouldn't even say it's philosophical, but like the interaction between characters in that game are interesting, right? Yeah, I wouldn't say a bad trip is, for example, right? And I can't say much more about it without spoiling it, so I don't want to. I'm being dodgy on purpose, because it's hard to talk about it without spoiling aspects of it. But no, Still Wakes the Deep, Mouthwashing, and then yeah, Midnight Walk all look great. And like, those are all examples, going back to our original conversation, of like games that chose to be like kind of artistic and like story oriented and like not necessarily have giant gameplay patterns or loops, and are just like these, you know, experiences, right? I'm already full. I already got Part Morrison. I only got one slot and it's full. I haven't been playing much recently. I've been pretty busy with a few IRL things right now. gaming has taken to pretty much, like, considering making content too for this game, for like the video coming out next week, hopefully. Yeah, I've not had time for playing a lot of games. I've been playing Path of View 2. I've been playing PoE 2 occasionally. I generally don't play ARPGs that much, but like the build I just randomly came up with has done very well. So like I'll play a couple maps every so ever often. But other than that, like these, I try. There was something about Last Epoch that I just can't. There was a giant wave this patch of people going over to Last Epoch because they just don't like PoE 2 right now. And I've played Last Epoch before that. I just can't. There's something about it I just can't get into. Other than that, yeah, like not really. Like it's, you can see like the last time I played like Helldivers 2 or tried to was back in March. I did play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, that was fun. I tried War Thunder, I couldn't get back into it. So yeah, not much. I've been keeping my eyes on things, but like I saw that Dune 2 is gonna have another playtest later in May, and I'm just like, yeah, classic Funcom. The way they've approached the whole, it just rubs me the wrong. Just I'm naturally biased as shit because I don't like Funcom, but like just the way how they're handling the Dune game just rubs me the wrong way. It feels so absolutely corporate. See a gamer. All right, let's run it back. Let's try to get everyone the Mother Courage Wild. Let's run. You know what? Let's keep running Stairway until we get a night shift. All right, let's go talk to Grillo so I can actually get my rep back up. Grillo, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Brawler components. Oh, that's new. I didn't even notice that.
All I want is Mother's codex.
That's the plan. Oh wow, he really does not like us. How would you like? There he goes. Okay, he likes us again. Let me bring a drill. All right, I have the gun. We just need the ammo. Oh, wait, the ammo, we're good. All right.
You killed many of my comrades. Pays 1 million. Ah, okay, you're my friend again.
I'm not familiar with Lazaret. I haven't heard of it. But no, yeah, like just... Oh, with the new Doom game coming out? I saw that. I'm not... I already saw I got pretty mid reviews. Where I got like good mid reviews, like 8 out of 10s. I'm not sure I want to trust id Software or just pay into id Software considering the debacle with their musical artist. That whole series of events was super fucking shady. And the fact that he still has a job there is super fucking shitty. The fact that you try to deflect blame from your own responsibility upon some random artist that worked for you is super shitty. Like, own up to your mistakes. You get a lot better fucking... Like, if he owned up to his mistakes, I'd be like, yeah, sure, it sucks. It is what it is. But, yeah, the fact that you try to deflect blame upon the artist itself. Gives a deadline of a month to an artist. We need this now. See you, Jacob.
This is it. We decide what happens next.
It's the weirdest thing, though, because it doesn't need to be, right? And so it's always rubbed me the wrong way about corporate culture, is like this idea. Natural, it just doesn't need to be that way, it feels like. And like, I don't know where, like, I am so well versed in it though too, working for like bigger corporations, I know the type of people who do that shit, and it just rubs me the wrong way. Because in the grand scheme of things, like, just genuinely, really, it seems so fucking petty. And like, naturally, it's their careers and money, but like, it's not like you're gonna lose your job if you're fucking suddenly honest. You're just, you know, trying to not lie, I guess in a way, lie and cheat your way ahead. There's more moral ways of handling things. Like, naturally, if your just goal is to ladder climb, they're playing it the way they feel like this is the right way of playing that. If their goal is to keep their job safe, it's that too, or just save face, for example, if they do something bad. It's all of those things, but like, it's not a moral way of doing it. See, Delta. It's just real shitty. I guess we just leave. No night shift, no special, just leave. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just that, it's that weird time, right, where like, this is the, like, the EU is getting late and then NA is still like at work. Time to leave. And like, this is, I mean, naturally I can't fault the map for what we're doing, but like, there really isn't all that much to do on this map, right? Like, we're here special hunting, but like outside of that, right? It's not like we would go to a different area of this map to do something else, right? I've done night work before. In college, I worked, well, in college and high school, like in college and like summer, college and summer, basically, I worked night shifts, stalking, and nothing will fuck up your sleep cycle for life like doing that. Like, naturally, I'm good right now, but like, my sleep cycle will be very fluid if I want it to be. Because I'm just so, once you do like a whole summer of like night shifts and you like your body gets used to that, it can switch back if it wants to. I mean, IT is one thing too, right? But like, usually, like, you still generally have a 9 to 5. You can have second shift or third shift night, like IT too, right? If you're like if you're in ops. But like, yeah, it just depends. Oh, I'm not a morning person. Even if I wake up in the morning, I'm not a morning person. I function much better at night, but it's in more of a way. It's just because at night too, there's less distractions. Kind of like harkening back to me talking about like how sometimes it just takes me time to get into a vibe, and that's when I get the work done. In college, the back of the day, there would be so many times where we get a paper done like between like
Can you wait for me for a
2 and 4
I need
a.m.
to restart my game. My tac cam is not working.
Sure, no problem. Go ahead and restart. All right, so that, yeah. Time to go pet the dog. Who's a good boy? I feel like it respawns you so quickly. I don't know what's wrong with your camera. Your character is turning, but your camera's not. Just peer-to-peer things.
Best day ever.
So much blood. All right. Here's the only downside though of going hunting for mothers. Is mad, yeah, just trying to get night shifts. I feel like we're overdue for a night shift though on Staircase. I haven't had one like since I think like almost like the first day. Like I've maybe gotten like 2 or 3 night shifts on the new map or Stairway. Super rare. Hot single moms in your area. I mean, I wouldn't call them hot, but you know, to each their own. All right, I got the gun. We need ammo from someone. All right, we have ammo, we got the gang, so we're good here. Perfect. Night shift. Nope. No luck. Maybe we'll find an order mech though that we can actually loot. I guess I can go and spoil it, Ego. I might be I don't know what bounds you're living in, but I will be back into, I'm moving in probably 2 to 3 months for reasons I want to get into because I don't want to dox myself. But like I'm moving, there's a good chance where I'm moving won't have fiber. And that makes me so sad. But it's more mountainous than where I currently live. I don't know the exact details of where I'm living at because I'm still looking, but like, yeah, I am not thrilled about the internet situation. There are a few places that offer fiber there, but they're very few and far between. I mean, it'll still be good. It'll be back to cable internet though. Yeah, I currently run Google Fiber on my connection.
Shit, we had Dogo.
Google Fiber has been fantastic. Yeah, fiber optic cable is what I'm referring to. We have a dog? We probably just skip it, right? Unless you guys, do you guys need dog? Anyone need dog? Sure, why not? Throw her down.
I need only money.
You need only money. I'm not going to Siberia, fuck that shit. Well, fiber's always the way, that's what I have right now, but like, it just depends on like, where I'm going doesn't have fiber everywhere. The dog's currently, We picked a bad spot for the location. The dog just stuck. Well, I mean, on the plus side, I think I can write it off on taxes if I still make YouTube videos, which I probably will. Just depends. But like, it can be a tax write-off. You can get so yeah, like the internet I would probably have is gig, but the problem is that the upload isn't a gig. So they might give you a gig download, but not a gig upload. Which is the kicker for like when you want to do content, right? Is like you need to have good upload. Yeah, I mean, you don't like YouTube does it a lot better now where I don't need to have good upload for YouTube, but Twitch is a bit more of a bitch in that regard. All right, we put the railgun in a real bad spot. We have an exit coming in too. Yeah, like the problem is like once you start considering mountain territory, it gets real bitchy real quick about what they're willing to do. It's basically either you have it established already there or you're not getting it. It's not gonna be remote, but like it's not gonna be like in a place that it really just depends on where I go exactly. Is the grabber dead yet? I'm currently out of meds, so I don't really want to keep blood. I think it might be too low for him.
Hopefully it forgets us. We can escape.
There's an exit by the gun. I don't have meds for this.
Did we bail on that or did it stop?
Sorry, what? What the? I'm getting flanked over here. Mystery meat and scotch. Any actual beds? No. Okay, it's down.
Samsung dropped the meds for you.
So much work. I can't work. I'm trying to like actually cover the angles. Okay, are we good? I fucking exit naturally. Stop it, my god. Alright, let's fucking leave before I just... I'm like I've gotta have so many fucking bullets in me right now. That I've just like thrown medkits into.
Yeah, well, I'm out of any ammo.
Oh, Andy, we're not feature complete. Like, this is so early access, like, this is like an alpha. They might not call it, they might not admit it's an alpha, it's an alpha. There is no shot we're remotely close to feature complete.
We decide what happens next.
Good, how are you? I've killed, you know, I sold Grillo 2 European medium mech codexes. I feel like that goodwill is already gone now. Actually, no, it's actually still pretty good, weirdly enough. It's still in the yellow.
Yeah, first time in this game I'm out of ammo.
Give me ammo, please. Okay, I think about ammo. Got it. Understood. Wrong ammo. Alright, time to leave, I think.
Hard run. At least we made it.
Only, it felt like so many more than 44 kills. So many Europans. So many. Alright. That's it for today, everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the community stream. I hope you enjoyed railgunning everything over and over again. But that's it for today. I will see you guys again on Monday. New video in the works. Should be out mid to late of next week. It's gonna be more of like a deep dive video and a lore video. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys later. Have a good weekend, and I will see you guys Monday. Bye, all.